Once again, thank you very much, people of the internet, for joining in. Sorry for a bit of shake-up. Now, I want to talk about, as I started this channel, my main goal was that there's a certain niche that I observed, and I've been affected with it more directly, or I've got first-hand. I have first-hand experience with it, and it's on medics or medical attention in our country, Kenya. And what I came to notice is that there's some neglect that has happened. It has taken a tall order. People speak about it in low tones, and people don't like addressing it. And I've been watching most of the clips online. People just like beat around the bush and go by it, like we bypass it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about our people or our spouses who end up going to a hospital walking, being admitted as a patient, but when they're discharged as a body. Yeah. I'm sure a big chunk of you have encountered this. You took your spouses, your relatives into a hospital as a patient, admitted them as a patient, but, underline the one but, the day you guys were getting them out of that hospital was as a body in body bags. Yeah, I know it's painful. In fact, there's a friend of mine who once told me that, you know what, Kunguru, if no one has, or anyone who tries to advise you and has never undergone pain, like they've not lost their spouses, their husbands, their sons, their daughters, their mothers, their kids, they should not talk about it. They should never lie to you that they know how you feel. They don't know. Trust me. I'll tell you, take it from me. A friend of mine lost the mom. There's another friend of mine who even lost the wife and the sister. And I told them that I may know what you're going through because I've been in the same situation. Let no one who has not undergone the same tell you they know what you're going through. They don't. They can never lie that they feel or they're together with you. Oh, leave all that nonsense out. Clearly, they don't know what you're going through. So, these things that have been happening into our hospitals, my question is, what are you doing about it? How many people have made it to an extent of even following it up in courts, in the corridors of justice? And again, question to think about. How well are our corridors of justice? Trust me, it is very tiresome, expensive. Last but not least, it's something you don't want to go through. It's the most horrible. It's even horrible than the death itself you guys experience. Yeah. Times are very hard, and people don't want to talk about these things because it's very, very painful. So, men outside there, my focus is on you guys. What are you doing about it? How many of us have gone to an extent of even following up with the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentist Board unit? How many have even managed to file for this kind of cases? I know someone asked me that question. And how far have you reached? One of the clips I said that there's this team that they go by the name Machozi ya Mwisho Initiative. They're sponsoring those people who cannot manage. Plus any much more or more agencies are following up on these things because it has taken a tall order. Also, why I'm talking about this is because a big chunk of people don't know where to press, which buttons, which corridors to follow, who to address, or who to talk to. So what happens? They die in pain. They die in pain. Like, you call them and they are always in anger with the medical, with the justice system, with our political system. Everyone is just angry. Those, most probably, I'm talking about those who've lost their loved ones. Loved ones, it goes across the board. Your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, your kids. It's a bit questionable. Is it that we are hiring the wrong medical practitioners, or is it that it's the wrong equipment that they're using, or is it that they've not very qualified, they're too quickly, like they want to get rich quickly? It's another question for another day. I attended one of the court sessions and I was very surprised. I was very, very surprised that from when they're admitting the patient, that's when the mistakes do happen. From the day one, an individual sets foot in a particular facility or institution, that's where they start by making the mistake. Their procedures on book, on soft copy, but they tend to bypass them or to overlook them like, just a normal one. When you attend these court sessions, you'll be like, wow. So you've been getting the wrong advice from the wrong individuals. Just because someone wears a white robe and a stethoscope, doesn't mean they're doctors. Remember, even those who work in a butchery wear white robes. Even those who work in a morgue wear white robes. Those who fancy caps, you find them wearing. How well do you know the people who are attending to you or your spouses? Have you ever inquired? Or because you find them there sitting with their flashy eyeglasses, stethoscope, fancy names, you believe these are doctors, these are practitioners? These are questions we need to answer, and we need answers, or we need to ask ourselves. Because today it's me, tomorrow it will be you. Don't be fooled, don't fall into these traps. Because very soon, I'm going to tell you my story, and trust me, you don't want to listen about it. You don't want to hear about it. You don't want to have a wind about it. And I'll blame it on one thing: negligence. That is the final word. It's negligence. So take care when you take your individuals or your individual friends, cousins, or whoever to hospitals. Take very keen, be cautious in the kind of attention they're being given, the kind of medicine they're being prescribed upon, the kind of questions they're being asked, the kind of medication they want to be taken. Kindly, the word "I wish I knew" should never come out of someone's mouth. Remember, a car can be repaired, a house can be repaired. You can never repair someone's body. Once it's gone, like that, it's gone. Any day you plan on going to a chemist, the ones that are lying around your houses, make sure the person who's on the other side of the table knows what they're doing. Lest you will use the words "I wish I knew." It starts from the chemists or the pharmacists, the clinics, the hospitals, the big ones you go to, the ones where you flash your medical MT bars and you flash your medical cards, insurances. Do you really know that the person who's on the other side, if he or she knows what they're doing? Or you are just there like a guinea pig? Are they trying it on you for the first time? How well do you trust this person with your life? You know, it's funny, the way as footbridges are placed on some roads along our highways, and people tend to say it's too high, it's too far, I can't go. So they're joking with their lives. Do you know you're the same as those people who just cross down the bridge there? They just walk. You're the same as them, because you have an option of going up that bridge and going down. Yes, take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but you've saved your life. Take time to inquire about this particular hospital, the practitioners who are there. Yes, it's too much work, I know. Going, Googling and doing what, but it's your life you're talking about. There's no repair. Once you get misdiagnosed, you know it's not too much work. And you start walking the corridors of justice looking for these doctors because they prescribed wrong medication to you, you know it's not too much work. Take care of your body. Remember, your health is your wealth. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for subscribing, liking, and sharing. We'll be talking about these institutions, these kind of scenarios that are happening. And then I'm not talking about fabricated stories. I'm talking about real, based on true stories. Thank you very much.